Next to Palmerston, we've got a green statue of Ian Christian Smuts, who is apparently in line to take over during the Second World War should Churchill have perished. So there you are, important figure. Okay, so here we've got David Lloyd George, apparently not the nicest of people, but there we are. It looks sort of like a fairly modern sort of statue. I'm not quite sure what era it's from, but let's get a picture of him. Of course, the unmistakable figure of Churchill on his with his walking stick, and Churchill, a bit controversial nowadays, in a sort of raincoat there, dressed for poor weather. So in fairness, this could be a sculpture for winter or summer, because just the raincoat, as we've experienced today here, it's you know, summer's no obstacle to raining. The next statue is Millicent and Garrett Fawcett. Maybe the sister of Ferrara Fawcett, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, there you go. She's Courage Calls to Courage Everywhere. I guess she's one of the suffragettes, just looking at the pictures here. Must be, look. Oh, go all the way around. So again, quite a modern statue. Let's get a picture. And now we come to Mahatma Gandhi, very, very famous character, bespectacled, moustache, one of the most recognisable figures, I guess, of the 20th century. So here we are in Parliament Square, so I'll just take a picture of Mahatma Gandhi. Beaconsfield. I'm not quite sure what he's dressed in. So we're not 100% sure what Beaconsfield is famous for, but Peel, very famous politician, 1788 to 1850. That's his statue. Might take a picture of that. The great man himself, Nelson Mandela, one of the icons of the 20th century. Right, let's get a picture. For any American viewers, here we have Abraham Lincoln, and we've got some stars dotted round. Whether that represents the number of states there were when Lincoln was president, I've no idea. But there's a chair that he's stood up from, by the looks of it. He looks like he's having a good old think. But anyway, here in central London, Abraham Lincoln. Another guy I know very little about, George Canning, maybe Prime Minister. I don't know, what sort of dress was that? It's kind of like, almost like a toga, but yeah, not sure. Holding some sort of floppy scroll or something like that. So, Right, there you are. So here we have the cenotaph, the sort of, I don't know, what, the national memorial really to fallen soldiers, and it's actually on the bit between Westminster here and Parliament Square, and then, if you like, the seat of the British government here, which goes up towards Trafalgar Square. So the road's called Whitehall. So we'll pass Downing Street in a minute, where Boris Johnson is the current incumbent of number 10, and Rishi Sunak of number 11. And though I believe actually they kind of live, yeah, like Boris Johnson lives in number 11 and Rishi Sunak above number 10, I think. I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, and then there's some sort of protest over there. Many flags. There's like a half British one, and then what does that represent? I'm not 100% sure. And then is that the parachute regiment? Anyway, I'm not 100% sure of that either. Here we are, Downing Street. I think when I was young, they didn't used to have the gates here. I seem to remember you could just walk up and have your picture taken, but obviously times have changed. So Whitehall, SW1. There's a memorial to the women of World War II. Which is quite a nice one. It looks relatively modern. And it, like kind of no figures as such, just almost like a clothes rack, but interesting. And one of the most recognisable generals of the Second World War, Field Marshal Viscount Montgomery, Alamein, lived from 1887 to 1976, so a good long life. Quite an interesting sculpture. They've not very smooth, a bit bumpy. Let's get a picture. Marshal Viscount Slim, 14th Army of Burma, and he was Governor of Australia, 1953 to 1960. So there you are, with his binoculars and quite a big revolver around his waist. So just looking down Whitehall towards Trafalgar Square, you've got Nelson's column there with Nelson on the top, and the British flag flying, Union Jack, the clouds moving across the skyline. Again, very empty considering it's a Friday afternoon, late July. Let's zoom in on Nelson. There you are, and the National Gallery there behind. Oh, where it is, there's the National Gallery. So we're going to go up there and look at some of the statues in Trafalgar Square. According to my now favourite podcast, The Rest is History, this statue was actually made during the lifetime of King Charles I. And there he is on his horse. So it was actually crafted when he was still king. It was then but it wasn't for public view apparently, and then and eventually during the restoration I think it was stuck back up here. So magnificent. He's actually looking down Whitehall there, so you can see the place where he was executed. It's nice, you know, you can see where he's going to die. So let's take a picture of here. So the clouds and rain are moving in, which is perhaps appropriate for this particular statue.